Welcome to Pulsalink. The new Pulsalink installation wizard will make programming your MicroVision EX devices quick and easy. Before we get started, make sure you have a USB drive and accessibility to your MicroVision EX device. You will need to upload a file directly to your controller at the end of the setup. Now there are two ways to access the MicroVision EX setup wizard. You can simply visit the plus.pulsalink.net website, where no login is required, or you can log in to pulsalink.net and click on the Express Setup button. Pulsalink.net would automatically detect the model of your device, which makes setting up things a bit easier. With all that said, let's get started. Pulsalink.net users will now see a new option on their dashboard. The Setup Wizard button will expand on what I mentioned earlier in this video. Remember, you can still access the Setup Wizard without logging into Pulsalink through the plus.pulsalink domain. If we want model detection, simply select on the MicroVision EX device you would like to set up, and you will be redirected to the live readings page of that device. From here, click the new Express Setup button. Your browser will open a new tab to the MicroVision EX installation wizard. You will be greeted with a welcome message detailing the benefits and features of the wizard. If you access this website through pulsalink.net, your device model will already be determined, and question 1 will be automatically skipped. Go ahead and click on Get Started. We will begin on the Display Configuration section. Here you can change the display line names and brightness, among other things. Notice how all your interactions will be simulated on MicroVision EX LCD screens. This helps you actively know the effect of the settings applied. By the way, notice that the bottom right of the page has a progress meter. Since question 1 has been completed, we are 1/6 of the way done with our setup. Since we are done with question 2, let's click Next to advance. In probe control settings, you are able to alter set points, alarms, and logic for the probes available on your MicroVision EX device. All the settings in this wizard are factory default settings, so much of the wizard will already be filled out for you. Be sure to edit it accordingly. Notice how control logic is illustrated on an infographic and changes based on your decision. There are many checks and balances distributed throughout the setup, and in some cases you will not be able to proceed with the questionnaire if your parameters are not correct, like so. Let us move on to the next question. The fourth section will comprise of 420 mA input and output settings. Here you must choose the number of inputs or outputs your MicroVision EX device can support and the characteristics of each input and output. Digital inputs will configure fields for water meters and drum level sensors. Checkboxes are used to determine which water meter is installed on your MicroVision EX device. The type of water meter and contact unit can be set here. Drum level alarm states and actions can be determined here. The next section will cover timers. You can edit the names of timers if your MicroVision EX device supports that functionality. For each timer, you can see a number of different modes that can be programmed to the device. As an example, I will set timer 1 as a 28-day timer. The 28-day timer will feature a calendar to display the nature of the operating weeks and operating days field. Like the probe section, most timer modes contain an infographic that will show the behavior of the timer. The same efficient process can be done for the other timers as well. Finally, we have arrived to the finalization process, which serves to provide a summary of the settings applied to your MicroVision EX device. The left table indicates the configurations you have personally changed for your device. The right table shows the settings that have not been altered and is set to the default settings. On both tables, you can filter to specific sections and see the configurations you've altered or have left defaulted. And that concludes the wizard. Download the config file into a USB drive, then import the file to your MicroVision EX device as stated on the instructions above. Please note that the file name of your download must be logconfig0.csv. Depending on your computer settings, you may or may not see the .csv extension. Additionally, some browsers would automatically rename the files it downloads. If that happens, be sure to rename it accordingly. Thank you for watching the MicroVision EX Installation Wizard tutorial.